Hi guys, Arthur here from Homeowner DIY. Guys, this is your quick tip of the week. So I finished replacing these fence posts. I talked to the neighbor and he says that he wants to put the caps back on. So there's one of the caps there. This one's missing and the next couple are missing as well that I need to replace. So I'm going to show you my method on how to get these caps ready to go so they can be installed without you cracking them. So what we'll do now is material and tools. Alright, this is the material and tools list for this job. So for material, I have 4 caps. These are cedar. You can also get pressure treated. I would suggest spending a little bit more money and then get the cedar caps. I have paint, number 8 by 3 inch deck screws. For tools, I have my pouch, so hand tools. Measuring tape, I mean, I'd probably just eye this out myself. Pencil. A hammer if you're going to use nails opposed to screws. I have my cordless kit, so cordless drill end as well as the impact. Paintbrush, my Ryobi drill bit set. You're going to have to drill pilot holes, otherwise you are going to break these caps. And then in the back right, a 5-foot ladder. Guys, this is the material and tools list for this job. So let's make up these caps. All right, the prep work for the caps before painting. So I think only 1 screw or nail is necessary. If you want to put in 2, you can. These are purely decorative. They don't mean anything other than what they look like. They're not going to prevent the top of your post from rotting out any quicker, because the bottom of your post is going to rot out before anything else. Anyway, so with our cap here, three and 5/8, so call it just roughly 1 3/4. Like I said, I wouldn't even measure this thing out. I would just eye it out, because it's not like anyone's gonna overly scrutinize this. So that's our mark right here. Now for the drill bit, I'm gonna use a 5/32. This is a number 8 screw. The 5/32 is enough to actually have the screw not even bite into the cap. If you want to go slightly smaller, you can, but once again, all we're looking to do is just attach the cap to the top of the post. And if you want to know how to size out your pilot bit, I just hold the screw up like this. And I want to just see the threads exposed. Guys, I have talked about this in another video. Check out the card for that. But otherwise, with this here, all I'm going to do is just drill a hole right through this. It doesn't matter if it's crooked or anything else. And once the hole is drilled, these things can be painted. And it goes in very nicely. So with the 1 cap ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and paint it. You don't need to watch me paint it. So for painting these things, the top half is going to be the most crucial part, because that's where rain is going to hit. That is where your sunlight is going to hit. So if you want to do 1 or 2 coats, probably 2 coats here, and like 3 or 4 up here, you can. But again, these are just purely for show. They don't have really any bearing on anything. So what I'm going to do is I will drill out the remaining 3. I'll paint these, and when they are ready for install, we'll come back and show you the way I would do this. Now, by only putting 1 screw in, these will spin on the post. But again, it has nothing to do with any performance or anything like that. If you wanted to, you could put a screw here and a screw over here. It's entirely up to you. Like, measure from corner to corner. Whatever this is, just say 4 inches across. So 2 inches to center, go an inch back, and there you go. You'll have your symmetrical holes for something that no one's ever going to pay attention to anyway. But with that in mind, what we'll do now is look at installing these caps on the posts. Alright, so I have my 3 caps ready to go here. So, with a 3-inch screw, go through until you just see it just going through, and now all you're going to do is eye this out on top of the cap and screw it in. Once again, if you try to nail this in, put a nail in without actually setting up a pilot hole, you are going to crack these things, and I know from experience. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and install this. Alright, so for a cap, just eye out the center and then make sure it's relatively straight, because there's only 1 screw into this. It will spin, but what I'm going to do is just go ahead and then screw the cap in. Alright, so it's started, and now I'm just going to finish. That is in. Like I said, it will spin. Oh, I guess it's hitting on the panel here. But anyways, guys, this is my method to install these caps. It's purely just for aesthetics. Your post will rot out at the base, not at the top, but it looks better to have these caps on, especially when it's all painted with matching colors. Guys, that is your quick tip of the week.